now. We've been in the drought for a while, but the crops, the trees, the vegetation, it's really starting to dry out.
They're like kindling now.
Yeah, so we're starting to see a lot of that, I would call it almost dormancy of some of the vegetation. So hopefully this weekend, a little bit of rain is going to help us out. We do have some changes in the forecast. Tonight's a gorgeous view of Uptown from our Mr. Sparky camera network. Friday, very hot, humid day. Pretty much we've had 3 carbon copy days here. Wednesday, Thursday, and now Friday, almost identical. Mid-90s, very isolated storm chances, super muggy. This weekend, starting to see some changes. Rain and storm chances increase mainly Sunday, not so much on Saturday. And then Monday, yeah, a brief cool down. It'll actually be below average. Now, what's happening, we've got a stalled front kind of draped up to our north. That's kind of sitting there right now. Temperatures tomorrow, though, before that front gets closer to us, we're going to be back into the mid-90s. So we've had this string of just crazy heat here in July. Even by July standards, it's been crazy hot. I mean, the average high is 90. Pretty much all month, we've been between 94 and 99. So that's been crazy hot in the mornings, as you know, have not really been cooling down. So that's been adding to the heat. Now, severe weather risk, we had some today, but I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look like much. And tomorrow, I wouldn't expect too many strong storms, very isolated. But Saturday, probably a different story. You see how this low-end risk is kind of stretched across the Mid-South? That's that front dropping in from the north that potentially could kick off a stray shower storm. So unlike some of the past few days, we've had heat and humidity, this front could be more of a trigger for showers and storms, especially on Sunday. You could see the bands of showers and storms forming. I'll show you a close-up view of that. Tomorrow, notice the isolated storms. They're really few and far between, but at least there's something out there. Saturday, kind of the same thing, isolated to scattered, but watch Sunday. We have some sunshine for the first half of the day. As we get into the afternoon, we should see some pretty good showers and storms. And even though they're scattered, you get under one of these, they're going to produce some heavy rain and maybe some gusty wind. So with a 5-day rainfall forecast, love to see more of this over the Piedmont, but this is actually a pretty good sign to see at least scattered showers, a little bit more widespread on Sunday into Monday, and things will start to dry back out and heat up next week. So we're hoping to get some soakers this weekend because it could be a dry stretch. One thing that would help us out, not that we want a hurricane or a tropical storm, but just tropical moisture would be something that would help us out. But in the Atlantic, you can see 2 things working against tropical development right now. The El Nino is creating a lot of wind shear, but also all of this dust. This is Sahara dust, very common, comes across the Atlantic. This squashes any thunderstorm development and tropical development. So with all that dust out there, don't expect to see any tropical waves or tropical lows forming anytime soon. If anything, we're going to see a lot of hot weather going into next week, but there's a hint next weekend. Watch this dip in the jet stream right here next weekend. That's something to watch. With a heat dome to the west, this would be an active storm track that could set up from the northwest going into next weekend. So maybe something to keep an eye on for next weekend of more of a wet pattern. But one thing's for sure, the long range is looking pretty hot, and right now relatively dry because of that heat dome. Beyond the 6 to 10 day forecast, maybe more of a rain chance. This weekend, yeah, we have scattered showers and thunderstorms likely on Saturday, more so on Sunday. No washouts either. This is mainly afternoon and evening storms. Your Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Look at that brief cool down. Temperatures in the 80s for Sunday and Monday, but then next week we'll show you the 10-day forecast. You see the temperatures jumping back up into the mid and even upper 90s, but keep an eye on next weekend. That could be a pattern change for a wetter pattern. That could be the drought relief we desperately need.
Oh, very interesting. All right, thank you, Brad.